Ernest Thompson didn't have any particular ambition to make a living as a writer. He kind of drifted into it and found success only because he was out of work when he tackled what turned out to be a huge writing breakthrough.
Ernest Thompson, who lives in the Lakes region of New Hampshire, is out with a novel called The Book of Maps. For Thompson, getting this novel published was another breakthrough, one that took a while. You've written plays, you've written for television, you've written for movies, you've written songs. Why has it taken you until now to write a novel?
It hasn't taken me till now to write a novel. It's taken until now for someone to publish a novel of mine. So all your writers listening in the audience, don't despair, don't give up, because I've probably written 5 novels, and eventually they'll all get published.
Are those 5 novels, are the manuscripts up there in your office right now?
Yeah.
You didn't burn them? They weren't something of which that you looked back on and said, oh boy, this is never going to be read by anyone. I don't want anyone to ever see this.
No, Rob, the failing wasn't on my part. It was on the part of the agents and publishers who couldn't see the beauty of them.
One of the differences between writing a novel and writing a play is that plays can be, and sometimes are, rewritten and retooled years after they debuted. Not so with a novel. Once it's published, that's it. No more changes.
I was still fine-tuning on Golden Pond 3 years ago when I directed myself playing Norman Thayer. Now I'm recording the audiobook of the Book of Maps, and there are times when I'm in that room and I'll get to a line and think, I can fix that. No, I can't. It is finished.
Thompson has been writing for decades and still approaches it with zest because he enjoys it.
I like it to be fun. And I refuse ever to identify myself as someone whose job is being a writer, because a job sounds like work, and I don't like work.
The Book of Maps is about a father and son who take a road trip. They travel from California to New England. It's set in 2002, and it's based inspired in part by an actual trip that you took with your son.
We didn't get in as much trouble as the characters in the book do. And there's not as much peril and there's not as much jeopardy. The book is very funny. I don't write anything that doesn't have humor in it. I believe that if you can make an audience laugh or your readers laugh, you can take them anywhere, even into scary places.
What is the saying you have? Your writing always has 3 H's in it: heart, humor, and hope?
Very good, correct.
What's the most important of those? Heart, humor, and hope? What's the most important for a writer?
Well, I don't know about any other writer. For me, it's hope. I don't like to see movies, read books, watch something on television where at the end I just feel like slitting my throat. That's not pleasurable for me.
Ernest Thompson was an unemployed actor in his 20s when he wrote the play on Golden Pond, inspired by the summers he'd spent around the Belgrade Lakes in Maine. The movie version, starring Henry Fonda, Katharine Hepburn, and Jane Fonda, was a major hit.
The loons, they're welcoming us back.
I don't hear a thing.
It was a remarkable stroke of good fortune when the screenplay for the movie was honored with an Academy Award.
The winner is Ernest Thompson from Golden Pond.
You've got so much energy. It makes me think of the line from the musical Hamilton, why do you write like you're running out of time?
Yeah.
And you are just a guy who's going 100 miles an hour.
Well, probably because of what that line said, but also I love it. I just enjoy it so much.
Can I just interrupt and thank you for this marvelous cinematic touch that you have arranged of having the wild turkeys strolling through the background?
Yeah, we have been working on this scene for months, and yeah, keep going that way, guys.
Yeah.
That's great. Stay together.
Don't poop in the driveway.
Yeah, nice, thanks. From the top, we'll go again.
These are good days for Ernest Thompson, and if you're wondering why, he points to his latest work.
Near the end of the Book of Maps, there's a line where the Brendan character, inspired by Ernest Thompson, says, maybe that's how you become a better father, a better teacher, a better filmmaker, a better lover, is learning to become a better man. And I think that's my life. I am so open to growth, and I'm so open to communication. It's the secret of my marriage to my beautiful wife. And I just thrive on keeping all of the communication flowing and ideas going back and forth. So what can I say? Luckiest guy who ever lived.
You like the turkeys, didn't you?
Still thinking about the turkey. That was so good.
It was funny because they'd been down sort of behind us as we started the conversation. They came up a hill and then they wandered behind us as we were about 10 minutes into our conversation.
Oh my gosh, great touch.
A nice cinematic touch. Again, the name of Ernest Thompson's new novel is The Book of Maps.
And by the way, he has been recording the audio version of the book, and as you can see from this photo his wife Karen sent us, he is relying on his old school 207 mug to keep his voice in tip-top condition during those long hours in the recording studio. Oh.